Well, it's being able to dismiss, to forget about all the rumors, as you said. If you know what is right, say it. And if you stand up and say what is right, you may find that others will begin to listen, to watch you. And you may find that you may bring others to feeling the same way. Again, personal courage to do the right thing. Please don't hesitate to say no if somebody says something that you know is wrong and that you know is not right. It builds your character. Okay?
Thank you.
Let's take that young lady with the white blouse. You in the middle. Stand up there, please.
Good morning. For the first liberation, how mighty becomes. So my question is in relationship to hers. What if standing up for what is right and what you believe in might causes you to lose your life? Can you still stand up for that? I said, what if standing up for what you believe in is right and it will cause you to lose your life? Should you stand up for it?
Well, I hope there would not be an opportunity that puts your life at stake because you are telling the right thing. Yes, you would find it difficult if you reached a place where, to use an example, if you were in a place where you saw somebody do something like killing somebody, and you know it, and somebody asks you, you might be afraid. But I think in a situation like that, you try to move away. I hope that type of situation would never face a young person like you. But should it, I would say walk away from evil. Walk away so that you do not have to say the wrong thing. And if you have this fear of your life to say the right thing, it's a terrible choice in which you have to be the strength to move away without getting involved in it. Okay? It's a tough decision, and each of us will face that sometime in life.
All right, I will take that young lady, and then we will take a gentleman as well. Let's take you.
Thank you very much. I'm Tekonti E. Tenkes from Grand County University. It's so good that you are here as former president and you were able to bring all this out to our notice. You spoke about knowing your country's religions. And then you also told us that Liberia is built on a Christian principle. And I can remember during your administration, we were also told that Liberia is a secular state. How do we reconcile the secular state and Liberia being a Christian nation? Thank you.
Liberia was founded as a Christian state. That does not mean that Christianity is the only religion that we have. We all know that in our laws, in our life, in our communities, we have those that belong to the Islamic religion. They are respected. Others, they are equal to the same benefits. They have the same responsibilities. It's just that the teaching of our religion may be different. You know, we may have the Bible. They may have the Quran. But the values as individuals, as humans, are largely the same, even though the processes are different. So just think that even though we were set on our birth to be a Christian nation, today, Liberia, if you call it a secular state, Liberia is one that accepts both religions.
Thank you, Madam President. Let's take a young man. You in the middle there. Yes. We don't recognize him. Go ahead.
All right, thank you very much for the recognition. I'm a commander from the Habe Multilateral High School. I think I heard our former president of the Republic talking about education being the gateway to opportunity. From what really I observe in our state now, education is not really serving as the gateway to opportunity. Rather than, you may have the best of education, but it's all about the connections. So I really want to know for her to really explain why she really considering education to be the gateway of opportunity in our country, where it is the opposite.
Let me disagree with you that you get further in life through connection.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a false truth, because your opportunities are not necessarily sometimes where you expect it. That's where education and knowledge comes in. You will see that if you seek the knowledge in your profession, whatever that profession is, if you give it your best effort, you spend your time improving yourself in that way, people will look for you. People will call you. You will not need those connections. Those who just get appointed on the basis of connection, that's the fault of our system, of the way we manage things. But by and large, if you look across, you will find that those who move up to the other space, those who take higher positions, are those that people recognize that they have something to give. They have a talent that changes things. They help to make the country improve. So please, get as much knowledge as you can. Connections are going to fade away. Liberia is going to move into where other countries have moved, where all those connections, where all the partisans, and all of those will move away, and you will be recognized for who you are because you have applied yourself.
Yes.
Thank you. Good morning again, beautiful people. I am Tatas Lee Scriber from Cornell University, Bon County. So let me thank the president for a splendid speech. I was actually inspired. So I'm now quoting a thing will be in line. Our former president said our future gonna be shaped by how we act and by how we use our attitudes. If you can remember with this. So as young people, if our future are shaped, the country in turn is going to be, the future of the country is going to be shaped if the youth futures are shaped. So in this country of ours, taking into consideration several factors that stand as a hindrance to progress, even the nation's own progress, there are factors that stand as a hindrance towards it. What should we do as young people while we are fighting towards progress and we are faced with those obstacles? What can we do to proceed?
Every country is faced with obstacles.
Yes.
Every country go through a process of development. True, some have better capacities, some have better endowment, and some may move faster than others. Again, our country has had the unfortunate history of having suffered 2 decades of war that destroyed the basic fundamentals of the country, the infrastructure, the institutions, both social and physical. And it took a lot for us to start to rebuild. Yes, our country has the potential to be much more developed than it is. But we also have handicaps, historical handicaps, political handicaps, institutional handicaps, because we have not all given up all that we can do to make the country better. I always say to many of you, you're always talking about benefits. Where are the benefits? Where are the benefits? But benefits also have responsibilities. And so you must be able to give back. Liberia will not develop just on those who are there in big positions. It will develop when each of you apply your skills, do your share, make a contribution in whatever way you can based on your own capability. Please don't wait for somebody else. You do what you can, and if everyone takes the attitude, I will do my part in my community. I'm going to clean my street. I'm going to call the community leader and say, let's get down to keeping this place. If each of you take that positive attitude, then we begin to change the nation.
Okay. By the way, I'm HRS Bailey representing Lango Liberia School, Mikey Vicante, and I would like to say, thank my president, because once a president, always a president. Okay, my question was, there's a quotation that you always said, I don't want to listen to it, keep me inspired, but today you are here, I really want to explain to me. Say, dream big, and whatever you're doing, does it scare you? It's not a dream. I don't know if I can do it, but I want to say this. For our country like we're right, if I want to become a pilot, and you say I have to dream big, and I'm dreaming that I want to become a pilot, which goes on. I don't have I couldn't do have a thing to fly a country. How will I be able to maintain that partnership? Because I have a brother that you dream that you want to be a physicist, up to now you want to find money cool. So I want to know how can I still dream big?
It's a metaphor. It's just a metaphor. It's a statement that says, you know, if you really think high, that's the dream. I want to be that pilot. Because you have a long way to go to be a pilot because you don't have a plane. But that dream has scared you because you know I want to be a pilot. Then you know what you do? You start doing all you can do to be able to qualify to be a pilot. The lessons you take, what your readings, your learnings, you will do everything you can to build in you the skills, the training, the knowledge to be a pilot. And then you see, if that dream has scared you and you do all these steps, believe me, the dream will become a reality. Because you'll be able to be a pilot.
All right, let's take that young lady with the black blouse there.
Good morning, Madam President. When you were speaking, well, firstly, I'm Bianca Winagova from the Blue Crest University, Liberia. When you were speaking, you said, stand up for what is right. And in standing up for what is right, my question to you is, how do you stay true or balance your values while adapting to physical challenges or new challenges?
You know, challenges will come in every way, every time. But if your value is, if for example, in school, exams are given, the reports, the answers the teachers gave back the reports, and you find that somebody has cheated. And the teacher comes and asks, yes? And I always say, you may be afraid to say, I saw this or I saw that, to report somebody. But I think you can take a position that says to the teacher, in order to advance in our studies, I stand for the fact that there should be no cheating. I stand by the fact that this is what is the right thing for us to do. You can take your position based on your values without necessarily getting into a controversy with somebody who has a different value or somebody who has done something different. It's a tough call, but I think if you stand by the right thing, you will find that you will prevail in whatever you do. And those who have gone into another way of doing things, they do not, because when they continue to do the wrong things, eventually they are going to themselves lose out for what they wanted to achieve.
We have 5 more questions, and we take that young man with the red tie.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Landos Mipansue from the Willoughby Stammen University, Maryland County, Harper City. Our first speaker, we listened to you clearly, and you said that we should stand for what is right in the society. In doing so, there are a lot of obstacles that young people face, or young leaders face. I have a simple question for you. How can a young leader resist pressure from political actors, elders, or authority figures?
Say no.
How?
Political figure want you to go and do something that's wrong. You say no. Say no, I'm not going to do it because it's not the right thing to do. Yes, can a political figure, what will they do? Punish you? You know, depends on the position you are in with your parents, with your friends and whatnot. If you're taking a position of value that's shared by your parents, that's shared by your friends, you can stand up and say no. And I can tell you that that person who tried to get you to do wrong will respect you even more. When the person is looking for somebody to do something, it's you they will go to because they will respect you for doing the right things. Political pressures will always be a part of life, not only in this country, but everywhere. There will be those that want to impose political things. Sometimes it's tough to resist it, but like I say, make the best effort you can to still continue to do the right thing and tell the person, speak out to say, I don't think it's a It's a hard thing, but that's what makes you a man or a woman. It makes you a strong person that's ready for leadership.
Thank you, Madam President. Let's take that young lady. Yes.
Thank you very much. My name is Elena S. Newman, a student of Liberia University. We talk about violence. So in Liberia, violence remains a major concern affecting communities across the nation. From your experience and perspective, what practical and sustainable mechanism can be introduced to reduce violence and promote
lasting peace in Liberia?
I think each of us as individual must commit ourselves to say, I will not be a part of any violent act. If each person has that personal commitment, then I think we have a good road to be able to solve the problem. I mean, when there are protests, I think if each one says, I will not throw stones, I will not be able to do this, I will not be a part of the group that go and point police vehicles or things like that. And you can speak to those who will stand by you. We have to work, each of us, to stop it. Because of the effect it's having on us. And you may not be a part of the violence. But if others continue and we don't come together to stop it, the violence is going to affect you.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it will affect your community, it will affect your schools, it will affect your nation, and it will affect you. That's why you have to be one to stop it and to protest against it. Stand up. When you see somebody throw a stone, stand up and say, stop it. It's wrong. Don't do it. Say that. And just think, if half of those protesting, if half of them will stand up and say, no, I'm not going to do it, think of the effect it will have on others. Don't be the scary one that say, oh, let me run away. Let them do their own thing. That is easy way. So be the one that stops it. Be the one that speaks out.
Thank you, Madam President. Yes, young man.
Okay, thank you. So, in your collaboration, my name is Musa Joseph K. Sorry, and I'm from African Bible College University, Ekebali Makoni. In your collaboration, you talk about commitment to home, and it's something that inspires me a lot. But my question now is, how do we encourage people whose opportunities are not at home or are out and the things they practice, there's nobody can be able to practice it at home, so we'll find a place to live?
But your home can be anywhere. It doesn't have to be your own house. We say respect to your home. Maybe when you say your home, you are not living with your mother and father. Maybe you are in some other place, you're working with somebody. If you consider that home, meaning the place in which you operate, the place in which you relax, the place in which you find comfort, that is your home. That's the home I'm talking about. It's your immediate environment that you are in. Consider that your home, and respect that home is the first measure of respect.
All right, 2 more questions.
Good morning, Madam Editor Sirleaf. I'm
Where are you? By the way, where is she?
the Sister Catherine McGuire, Barbara Catholic High School. And if a young want to be a great leader that you with peace, how can his or her voice reach out to the government without protesting or violating the rights of their country?
I talk about coming together. The circle of friendship. The people in which you and them have the same values. Because you believe in this for your country, you believe in this for the betterment, you believe in this for your society. Come together as a group. You can, in your community, who are the people that think a certain way. Those are the people who are progressives. Those are the way I always talk about improving the country. Those who are willing to take responsibilities. Those that are willing to speak out for the right things. Call that group together. Make a circle of that. Hold some discussions among yourselves. Do it in your teaching, in your classrooms. Just form a group for a special time just to talk about things like that, the things that help to make your country better. That's the problem here. We want to see each and every one of you being a part of what it takes to make this country better. Go to Ghana. Go to Ghana and hear the people talk about their country. Look how they love their country. You never hear them saying anything. They're always looking for the good side. Every country has bad and good. But there are those who are always looking for the bad side to say, this is wrong, this is not going good, this is right. But there are always those things that are good that we can build upon. We can take the good things, we can make them better. We can carry it forward. And it needs the cooperation and the participation of each and every one of you.
All right, let's take, yes.
All right. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure meeting you at this forum, something that we should always have in the past. My name is Kalasini Macmillan Ruler from African Bible College University in Yekepa. Now, you served as president for 12 years, and I know in the period you might have some challenging situation, and you spoke of integrity. My question is this. Can you share a time when you had to choose between doing what was easy and what was right, and how you went about making your final decision in such situation? Thank you.
Very tight. Okay, I will give you one that will not be controversial. Okay? In Ebola, you all know what the nation was suffering. You all know how people were dying. You all know the prediction that had been given that Liberia would lose 1 million people. There came a time when we discovered, because of the manner in which certain of the citizens were being buried, we had to make a decision. We had to do cremation. There was loud protest. This is not our way of doing things. This is not our habit. This is not our law. We are not going to burn bodies because that's not part of our society. And was I to give in to all that? No. Because if I did not give the orders for cremation, many more Liberians would have died. So it comes a time when you have to make decisions. There are many people in my government that did certain things that went astray from the principles of the government, from our laws and whatnot. I won't call names, but when I say this, they will know. And there were times when we had to say no, when you have to take the position away because they had violated the principles on which we stood. So just be the one that make a decision that stands by what you believe in, that stands on your values, that stands on what is right.
Well, thank you, Madam President. The last, I will get a final one to this youngest. Okay, you, and then I will get this young man the last final one. Yes. Where are you?
Greeting to the good minds of possibility to proceed. Afro Party, the student council president of the most talked about Bon County Technical College. In democratic vote count, we have observed that huge number of the citizens of Liberia are not educated, which is leading to serious problem when it comes to development. And schools have been decentralized, including colleges, but they are not still with in all the countries, while our parents don't go to school.
Well, school is a requirement by law, but the law is to make sure we have schools available for people. We can also have councils, counsel in our communities, counsel with our parents, counsel with our friends about going to school. You will not expect somebody to tie somebody down. You like to believe that everybody, where the school is available and have access to that school, will do so. Unless there are handicaps, like for example, not having the resources needed to go to school, whether it's for school fees or whether it's for personal things, then that's a matter that has to be settled in the community, in the family, and those who have relatives and friends to help them. But it's very important that we keep our schools decentralized. The problem is, can we get those who have left their county and their communities to go back? If we enable those schools to have all that is required for a good quality education, are they willing to go back to their counties? Most times the answer is no. They'd rather be in Montserrat or in Mount Gibeah or in some place where they have access to social media. The government has to take the position to make the facilities available, to make it as quality as possible, and that takes a lot of resources and commitment. But a good education is something that I hope everybody will inspire from themselves to do what they can to get the best they can. Even if they are out of their area, they will find the best quality education, they get the best education, and they prepare themselves for competition in professional life.
All right, young man.
I'm Joseph J.D. Jion from the Sirleaf Catholic High School. When you are elaborating, you did mention discipline, and you said always be self-disciplined. And my question is, what role does Mingdet play in teaching children to respect authority?
Well, I mean, we all